horror is evolving. What's scary to you might not be very scary to me. So how exactly do you film horror? How do you make the audience care? With violence, what is way too much? In horror, what is way too little?
Do you care if she lives?
Are we afraid of her?
Do you feel this? Do you feel this?
Can you do it all in 7 seconds? Hello?
Oh my god!
This 7-second sequence is an example of what separates a good horror movie from a bad one. An example of a director being acutely aware of and in control of his script and his film. 7 seconds, that may be the most important seconds of Jordan Peele's sophomore release, Us. It starts with horror. How do you establish terror? As Peele says, up to this point, the first half of Us has played with the genre of horror, teased that genre. This is the moment it commits. Let's start with the violence itself. This act is quick and brutal, but it's shot in a way that removes practically all of that visceralness. We see it from outside the house as an onlooker. We're detached from the moment, which is thematically fitting. This act is literally the tethered detaching themselves from the family, so it makes sense that we would be equally as detached from the moment as well.
Ophelia, give me some Beach Boys.
Playing.
Really?
Why not?
By the Beach Boys.
So last night here, let's have a little party.
But Peele is a firm believer in writing horror from the eyes of your future audience. So he knows that we don't care about the Tyler family. If they die, oh well. So he doesn't waste a moment of time here. There's a setup and bang. He gives us all we need, where a lesser movie would waste 10 minutes hunting this family through their house. And this is where you can see just how tight his script is. The movie needs those 7 seconds to be, well, just that. It's why Peele literally counted those seconds out while the scene was shot. It's not an accident. See, this act is the very first act of totally mindless and immediate violence in the film. No pomp and circumstance, just quick, calculated precision. It's entirely emotionless. And that's huge, because until now, we've only seen our main families tethered, the villains of the film, and they seem to be hunting them like sport. It's personal. As she says,
We want to take our time.
So this moment has huge and immediate character implications. We now know that she is different. She's special. That this family isn't like the rest of the tethered. And that makes her all the more terrifying. Suddenly she isn't just a villain, she's a vicious monster. One who knows exactly what she's doing. So when we see this a bit later, we know something is horrifyingly off. In 7 seconds, we learn that the thing we've been so scared of is even scarier than we thought. Kills should matter, and here, these kills are Peele giving us a firm wake-up call. These people are far darker than we realized. But this moment does something else as well. Horror movies have a habit of being incredibly self-indulgent. The more gratuitous and absurd, the more scary is the attitude of a lot of the genre. But Peele, again, does an expert job of understanding what we'll be thinking. We know this house is where Adelaide and her family are likely fleeing to. So, Peele gets us there first, instead of following the horror trope of the safe house. You know, they walk in, suddenly we feel like they're being hunted. We know, thanks to this moment, that they're entering a new kind of nightmare. More importantly, we know a critical piece of information now that will drive the rest of the film before our main characters do. What this allows us to do as viewers is anticipate the moment of discovery instead of following the horror trope of us learning as they do through typical jump scares and wide shots where we see the villain standing 8 feet back from them. That discovery, what we've stumbled upon, is that this moment has given us the information that drives the second 2 acts. That there's more at large than just these 4 people. That the tethered are everywhere. Other people have tethered as well, and their goal is to kill. Instead of some big speech from a main character about how there's others out there, there's more, we get every bit of information we need in one single, immediately effective 7-second sequence. Now, there's just one last thing I think is worth mentioning, and that's a principle of horror filmmaking that I don't think is practiced quite enough. We need to be able to breathe, to relax, to be truly scared, to be frightened or surprised. Imagine how much more effective walking to a haunted house would be if you didn't know you were walking into a haunted house. Peele understands this here as well. He uses music and comedy in the lead up to this moment to do that very thing. It's uneasy, it feels foreboding, but these 7 seconds work because we don't know they're here. We feel momentarily relieved. He shut off the alarms. The point being here that the setup and pacing of a scene, especially in horror, are as important as the scares themselves. They are the foundation that moments like these stand upon, and something us masters here effectively. We're all taught growing up to remove the fluff, to write no more than 1,000 words, to trim our sentences down. I think what fascinates me so much about this particular sequence is just how important the moment is for the rest of the movie, just how much Peele is able to effectively communicate with a single shot, while still effectively communicating the scare. I'm a big believer that every shot in a film should serve a purpose. This is the pinnacle of that reality. The visual representation of no more than 1,000 words. This is what control over your voice looks like in film. Maybe it isn't coincidence then that Peele's tethered don't have their voices. Sometimes 7 almost silent seconds can say more than...
Do you feel this?
No.
Do you feel this? We are here now.
Alexa, play... That is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, press like down below. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of my content, press subscribe. Also hit the bell next to it. That'll make sure you don't miss anything for sure. The Nostalgic Patreon is live, by the way. Thank you to all these people for supporting me. The support has been crazy over there. I genuinely appreciate it. There you're getting exclusive videos, podcasts, commentary tracks. The link is below. You're getting a lot of content, and it's really helping make sure that these videos can keep being what they are. If you're wondering how I was able to use the music I use in this video, well, that's how. Also, you can follow Nerdstalgic at NerdstalgicYT on Twitter for updates. Now, this video is sponsored by Keeps. They keep me, well, with the hair on top of my head. I don't want to lose my hair. 2 out of 3 people at some point in their lives go bald. I would like to not be one of them. Their hair loss formula is amazing. It's delivered to your door every 3 months, which is huge in a time where a lot of people don't want to have to go to the pharmacy or the store. I want to keep my hair to my head, and Keeps is making that possible. They're a brand I genuinely believe in. If you go to keeps.com/nostalgic or click the link in the description, you get 50% off your first order. That is keeps.com/nerdstalgic.
Now it's my time, and believe me, I will savor it.